on, guys? My name is Mitch. Today we're going to be learning how to play Crystal Mountain by Death. This song is in D standard tuning, meaning our entire guitar is tuned a whole step down. So we have D, G, C, F, A, and D. Once you have your guitar tuned up, let's get started. So the first part of the song is the verse. Each of the first three measures of the verse are going to start the same way, with one downstroke and then a down, up, down. And those are all going to be palm muted. And then we're going to hit an inverted power chord on the second fret of the A string. For those of you who don't know what an inverted power chord is, it's like if we were going to do a power chord on the D string, on 2 and 4, 2 on the D, 4 on the G, but we also have 2 on the A string. That's our first measure. Second measure, same thing, but we're sliding our inverted power chord over to the first fret. Then we do the first measure again. And then we're going to regular power chord. We have a power chord on the second fret of the A string, power chord on the first fret of the A string, first fret of the E string power chord, third fret of the E string power chord. So the whole first run through of the verse will sound like this. The second time around for the verse, you do the first two measures exactly the same. But then we have a different ending. For the second ending here, you're going to start 10th fret of the G string. So on the G string, we're going to go 10, 9, 7. Then we're going to move up to the D string, and we're going to go 10, 9, 7 again, and then move down to 6. Once you get down to 6, you're going to shift and use your pinky on the 8th fret of the A string. And on the A string, we're going to go 8, 7, 5, 7, 8. Then we're going to shift back to the D string, and we're going to go 6, 7, 9, 10. To get to that 10, you're going to have to shift up with your pinky. So these two measures will sound like this. So what you're going to do with the verse, you're going to do the first part once, then you're going to do the second part once, then you're going to do the first part 2 more times. The next part of the song is the interlude, which also has 2 different sections. The first section of the interlude, we're going to be letting our strings ring out. First measure, we're going to hit a couple open strings. So we'll hit open A, open E, open B. Then, second measure, you're going to grab the 5th fret of the G string. So that section will sound like this. Then, we're going to move up to the E string, 3rd fret. You're going to hold down 3rd fret of the E string and the 2nd fret of the D string. And you're going to hit E, A, D, and then really quickly up to A. Then we're going to shift over to a 1st fret power chord. We're going to let that ring out, and we're going to hit E, A, and then open on the D string. This whole first section of the interlude will sound like this. So you're going to do that 2 times. Then we're going to move over to the second section of the interlude. It's going to start over on the 5th fret of the A string. And we're going to go 5, 7, 8, 5. And you're going to hold out the last 5. The first 3 are going to be palm muted, and the last 5, you're going to want to ring it out. Then we're going to do another one of those inverted power chords over on the 4th fret of the A string. So 4 on A, 4 on D, 6 on G. Hold that one out for a whole measure. Then we're going to move it to the E string. So you take that same shape, just move everything up. So 4 on E, 4 on A, 6 on D. Then you're going to take that shape, move it up to 3rd fret, inverted power chord on the A string. Then we're going to do some regular power chords on the E string. 3, 5, 6, 3. First 3 power chords, 3, 5, 6, are going to be palm muted, and you're going to hold out the 3, the last one. Hold that out for a measure. Then we're going to hit a 3-string regular power chord on the E string. That's 2 on E, 4 on A, and 4 on D. Then we're going to move up to a 4th fret power chord on the E string, 4, 4, 6. Then halfway through the measure, we move down to 3rd fret power chord, 3, 3, 5. That's it for the second part of the interlude. Altogether, this part of the interlude will sound like this. For the whole interlude, you're going to want to do the first section 2 times, the second section 1 time, and then back to the first section again 2 more times. After that, we're moving on to the chorus. This is a fun one. We're going to be moving up high for the chorus here. The first section of the chorus, we're going to be starting all the way up on the 12th fret of the A string. We're going to go 12, 14, 15. Then we're going to hit 12, 14 on the D string. Then 15 on the A. 12 on D. 14 on the A. That's our first measure. For the second measure, we're going to start with 15 on the A. 12, 14, 15 on D. 14 on G. 15 on D. Then we're going to hit 14 on the G, move up 16 on the G with your ring finger. Then with your pinky, you're going to grab 17, back to 16, back to 14 with your index finger, 15 on the D, back to 14 on the G, back to 15 on the D, down to 14, position shift down to 12. Then for the next measure here, we're going to go 14, 15, 14, 12 on the D, 14, 15 on the A, 12 on the D, 14 on the A, and then finish it off with 12 on the A. This whole section of the chorus will sound like this. Then we're going to do the second chorus section, which starts on the 10th fret of the D string. Then you're going to hit 7, 0, 0, all palm muted on the A string. Then you're going to hit 9 on the D string. Then back to 7, 0, palm mute. Then we're going to go 10 on the D to 7, 0, 0 on the A, palm muted again. Then we're going to go back to 10 on the D, 7 on the A, and finish it off with 9 on D. So that whole section will sound like this. Listening to the song, you can hear it alternating between those two chorus sections. So for the chorus, we'll have the first section 1 time, then the second section twice. That pattern will repeat a total of 3 times. So we'll have A, B twice, A, B twice, A, B twice. What I like to do is play the A section, let that 12 on the A string when we play the 10, 7, 9 at the end there, and then play one full cycle of the B section, and then into the A section again for the repeat. So that will sound something like this. And then you would loop that 3 times for an entire chorus. Next, we're into the bridge. The bridge is going to start out with an open E power chord, 0, 2, 2. Then we're going to go up to the 9th fret of the G string, and we're going to go 9, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9 on the B, then back to the G string 10 twice with a little vibrato on there. Then we're going to hit a 1st fret power chord on the E string, 1, 3, 3. We're going to go back up to this 9th fret position. We're going to do 9, 10, 9, hammer on pull off. Then we're going to hit 10 on the G, back to the B string to hit 12, 10, 9, 10, 9 on the G, 10, 9 on the D. So that section will sound like this. So that goes one time, and then we get into the rest of the bridge. We're going to start out with 4 chugs on the E string, palm muted. Then we're going to hit a 7th fret power chord on the A string, 7 on the A, 9 on the D. Then we're going to hit 2 more chugs for that measure. Then the next measure, we're going to go 2 more chugs, followed by 5 on the A, 6 on the E, 8 on the A, 5 on the E, 7 on the A. So those 2 measures will sound like this. Then we're going to get into the second half of this part. We just hit a 0, 2 power chord. Then we're going to have a bunch of chugs in here. So we have 1, 2, and then we're going to have 12 alternate picked for the rest of this measure. Then the next measure is going to have another 4. Then we're going to go 5 on the A, 6 on the E, 7 on the A. So those 2 measures will sound like this. Then that is going to repeat 3 more times, except for these 3 times, the first measure is going to be slightly different than the first time. The next 3 times around, instead of hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the power chord, and then 2 more chugs, you're going to move those 2 chugs and the power chords around. So you're going to have 6 chugs in a row, and then the power chords at the end of the measure. So it's going to be... Then we're going to get into the rhythm for the tapping section of the song. The rhythm, pretty straightforward. We're going to hold out a 5th fret E string power chord for 2 measures. Then we're going to hit a 4th fret E string power chord for 1 measure. Then the 6th fret A string power chord for 1 measure. So that section will sound like this. And you're going to do that a total of 2 times. Then we get into the actual solo of the song. For the rhythm part of this, we're just going to have some power chords underneath, each of them lasting half a measure, except the last one taking up a whole measure. So we're going to have 4th fret on the E, 6th fret on the A, 5th fret on the E, 7th fret on the A, 7th fret on the E, 7th fret on the A, 6th fret on the A. Altogether, this section will sound like this. And you're going to do that 2 times for the duration of the solo. For the tapping section of the song, what you're going to want to do is take your index finger, hold it down on the 5th fret of the B and the E strings. Every time you tap, you're going to be hitting the 12th fret of whatever string you're going to be on. So first thing you want to do, hit the 12th fret of the B string. I like to use my middle finger so I still have my pick in my hand, so I'm ready to go for when the solo kicks in. So we hit the 12th fret of the B string and pull it off to 5 on the B. Then move your ring finger over to 7th fret of the E string and tap on the E string. Get a pull off there. Then we're going to go to 8th fret, same thing. Back to 7th fret. 5th fret. Then we're going to move our pinky to the 8th fret B string. And then we're going to do 7th fret B string. Back to 8th fret B string. And then it's going to loop around back to starting on the 5th fret again. Altogether, it'll sound like this. All right, that's it for all the riffs of Crystal Mountain. For the song structure, what you're going to do is the whole verse, then we're going to do the interlude, then the chorus, then we're going to do the bridge section, then we're going to have the solo section with the tapping and the solo part. For the solo section, the riffs underneath are going to go 2 times each, 2 for the tapping section, 2 for the solo section. Then we're going to go back into a full verse, another full interlude, and then we're going to go back into the chorus where the song fades out, or you can cycle through the chorus 6 times. If you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to learn how to play the solo for Crystal Mountain, let me know in the comments below and we'll take care of that in another video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you all have a great one.